Hi, I'm Michael Wargo, team pilot with Precision Aerobatics. This is the new AMR 60. First of all, this is a little bigger than I really thought it was going to be. It's a very formidable airplane. I'm so excited because the old AMR was such a great airframe and flew so well, and it really helped me like biplanes, because before then I never really did so much. Now I'm going to fly it a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of show you the things that are just, you know, insanely impressive about this thing. You can even watch as it takes off, how just nicely it lifts off and how stable and smooth it is. But one of the things that you'll see is so impressive about it is its straight line characteristics. You can see how nice and brilliantly straight it flies. Smooth, as straight as an arrow. And what absolutely knocked it out of the park with this design is, you know, the slow flight stuff. This thing harriers and hovers like the addiction. It's just absolutely crazy. I mean, the slow flight characteristics for a biplane this just defies logic as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look at it. It's just crazy. Now, unlike some of the others, this biplane does not need a gyro to fly straight like this. And to hover and harrier and all that kind of stuff, it does not need one. I'm personally not a big fan of the way gyros look. You know, the way the ailerons snap back and things like that. I'm just not a fan of it. It just doesn't look organic and graceful. And you can always tell the guy's flying a gyro. That's no gyro. It just stopped right on point. Anyway, another big test is the inverted harrier. As you can see, this one is solid as a rock. And with most bipes, it's just the opposite. You know, it just doesn't want to stay stable through an inverted harrier. You know, with 3D flying, it's the low, slow stuff that always defines how good the plane flies. And I'm telling you, this thing does this stuff like the addiction does. And here it is, a knife edge. You see how nice and absolutely clean it is? Doesn't want to move. There's a bunch of things I want to go over with you about this AMR. I'm going to go into a little more detail about the build, the plane, and everything else like this, because this is a really special model. This plane has been in development for probably 5 years. The airfoil, the all-up weight, the wing removal systems are all really, really unique and absolutely developed just for this aircraft. After flying it, there's some things about it that you're going to find absolutely astounding. I know I did. The first 10 minutes I flew this thing was just one wow after the other. Just complete surprise and shock at how great it flies as a biplane. I've never been the biggest fan of biplanes, and then PA came out with the AMR, and it flew like an extra, and it hovered, inverted, harriered, and did things that used to make my knees shake with the other biplanes. But this one here just flies absolutely perfect. It flies straight as an arrow. I mean, all the straight line and precision stuff, it seems to do a lot more like a pattern ship. And when you get down low and slow, it just performs like nothing I've ever felt in this category. The all-up weight of this thing is just insane. It is by far the lightest. It's about half of the competition. Another great feature with the PA planes is kind of always with the 6L versions. These are 2600s instead of 22s, but we're going to use 2 3 cells in parallel. In series. to make a 6-cell setup. But in this case, the old AMR was a little difficult to get to the batteries. These are very easy. You just, pop them in there. It's easy to close the hatch, easy to reach, easy to access, and everything else. The plane was a really, really easy setup. A really easy setup. And again, a lot of trouble was taken for this manual. It is absolutely the most detailed manual you will ever find to make sure that your build is successful. And you know, if the build is done very well, the build is successful, and the plane is set up properly and built properly, it just flies better. I mean, the wing incidence is preset and it's checked twice before they cover it at the factory, which is, again, all these things are to make sure that you have the highest quality model you can get. Last but not least, I want to discuss the electronics in it. Like every other PA plane, the motor ESC setup is just absolutely perfect for the aircraft. The motor is really powerful. And trying to put another motor on a PA plane has always been a bit ridiculous, With most other manufacturers, you can just get away with it. With PA, the setup is so critical that, the thrust motors that were specifically matched for this are by far the best choice. This also uses a new servo it's economical but very, very powerful. I'm super impressed with the performance. And every time I shoot a video, I think everybody probably knows that I always use PA's IPA setup. I always use it absolutely stock. I change nothing ever. And you're going to be really happy with every part of this airplane. It's about the most well-built, well-designed aircraft I've flown.